Hello, my name is Mariana, and this is a reading today for Sagittarius. Sagittarius, I'm doing your reading as usual with my own deck, so the cards that you'll see are from this deck. And your reading today feels very, very straightforward, and I feel like this is what Spirit, to be very honest, Sagittarius, wants to point to you. There's something that you are surrounded it with, or you're immersed within, and it feels like a physical place, like a room or some sort of environment that that is surrounding you, that you've outgrown it. But the more you try to disconnect or detach, I feel like there is this emotional pull about this place. So I feel like there are, maybe some sort of very deep emotional ties connected to a certain place that is preventing you from continue this expansion. And I feel like there is a lot of value in this place, right? It's almost like you have extracted from this place every sort of, it's like you were mining, right? You were mining the gold from this space. But now that you have taken all of the gold, there is still something that there's nothing left for you to extract from it, but I feel like there is this emotional connection that makes you stay there longer than you should. And I feel like this is what, you're reading today, Sagittarius, feels pretty straightforward. It's almost like, let's cut the BS. Let's put this, in a very direct kind of way so that you see clearly the truth of what is surrounding you and the potential, or what you have still to do, but there's some sort of attachment to this place that is keeping you stuck. So let's begin with the cards. The first one being the Ace of Swords, and this one was the one, it's almost like there is this intention from Spirit, because today, especially because we have the Ace of Swords and below it we have the Seven of Swords. So these two sword cards are the only swords here, well, at least for now, right? We'll see in the extended. But these two are talking about Spirit. It's like there is like a big spirit energy, or there is like a big spiritual presence that is coming to point you in a certain direction. And it's not that you have to go somewhere. It's almost like it's pointing you to pay attention to your surroundings, pay attention to the place where you're in, the place that you are living, the place where you go most often, or just, it's like take all of your attention, like put all of your intention and your attention, Sagittarius, to the place where you're in right now with the Four of Pentacles. So this to me often feels like, it's almost like the not the stepping stones, the foundational stones, like the first four pillars, right, of a structural foundation, right, of a building, of a room, of a house, of an office, of some physical space. It's like these are the four essential elements so that something can be built upon that, right, the grounds. So this is talking about, well, specifically because we have the four and then we're ending with the five. It's like you have been there enough. It's like that image that was coming through earlier, about you mining this place, right? It's like mining as in extracting gold from this place, extracting value from this place, from this very solid foundation. But I want to add already these two cards, because right away, you know, we have this ace of swords that is first pointing towards what we're talking about, or what you should be paying close attention to, Sagittarius, which is the space that you are inhabiting, right? And then we have 7 swords pointing to you. You're coming as the King of Pentacles, and you are the inhabitant, the resident of this 4 of Pentacles. So this is the residence and you're the resident, right? So there is like, it starts with you looking at your surroundings, looking at the base, the foundation that you have created for yourself, right? And this could be something, well, the basis upon which you just find yourself living, right? It's like your own grounds, your own foundation. It's not coming through as any specific example, because I feel like it can vary so much. But as soon as I saw this 7 of Swords, the 7 of Swords is like the alarm sounding from the Ace of Swords. So if this Ace of Swords was, you know, pointing in the direction of the place, of the physical space, these 7 of Swords are talking about, like, once you have taken this really close look at the place that you're living within, then look back at yourself and you will see the discrepancy, I want to say, because there is clearly like not enough space for you, I want to say, Sagittarius. And you know, being such an expensive fiery sign, Sagittarius, I feel like maybe you have settled for less, or maybe you needed security and safety, but now it's almost like, now it's like the truth is beyond that. You have to look at it and see how it's limiting you, or how it's restraining you from bigger things, from, it's like, from new conquests, from it's like there are bigger things for you to accomplish. It's like, it's almost like I'm seeing this King of Pentacles as your growing ambition, but not in a negative kind of egotistical kind of way. It's more like it's almost like if you have harvested everything that you could from this place, from the situation, from, you know, this current life moment, that has come to an end in a sense, right? It's like there is nothing else for you to extract from there. And so you, as this really big presence, this King of Pentacles, is like, you know, there is more value to be found elsewhere, right? And this is what these 7 swords pointing towards you is saying. It's like, once you bring your mindful attention to the place, and then it's like you double or triple, or, you know, multiply by 7 this attention to yourself, you will see that you have outgrown it. It's like as simple as that, right? This is the straightforward message that is coming here in the beginning for you. It's like, it's pretty straightforward that if you look around and if you look back to yourself and, you know, what you want to accomplish, what you want to achieve for yourself, the new challenges that you want to go for, or, you know, things that you want to just to try and experiment and see how much there is to find, right? You know that this is not the place that you will find it, right? You will have to go beyond it. And so, although this is, you know, particularly very direct, right? And it's like there is a big highlight coming from Spirit and putting you in a very clear position to observe the place and then observe yourself and see how there is a huge contrast, right? Because there is a limiting space. It's like there's only so much limit, or there's it's like there's little that you can do with this space, right? Because you have done everything that you could, being the King of Pentacles, and now you have to go beyond it, right? If you want to explore these ambitions, I want to say. But okay, so this last row here is a little bit tricky, because I feel like this is showing me the reason why you are not making this decision fast enough, or if you are, you know, seeing how different your ambition is from the place that you're immersed in. And, you know, maybe you are considering, like, is this selfish? Is this something that, you know, I'm doing just for my own benefit? It's like I can see a lot of, and it's not judgment. It's not coming like in that negative kind of way, but it's more like you're being responsible, right? It's like you know the responsibility it takes to have such big ambitions. And so maybe you're thinking about what you're going to leave behind, or you're going to, well, especially because of the Ace of Cups that is coming here, it's like maybe you're thinking that is not responsible of you, or is not mature of you to leave behind memories that, you know, or people, I want to say, especially. So memories, I want to say, of what you could have built with relationships, you know, that were here, that were part of this solid foundation. Because, you know, clearly here with these two cards, we have the Eight of Cups and the Lovers, and then we're ending, as I said, with the Five of Pentacles. So I feel like, you know, it's almost like you are already considering how much you could do when you leave this constraint, or leave these boundaries, or leave this constricted space, right? It's like you are, because, you know, here you are seeing yourself in it, and here you're seeing yourself out of this, right? It's like this pentacle here in the middle is like you continuing to see yourself inside these boundaries. And so when you see, and this is what this Ace of Swords, very straightforward card, is coming through, is like, consider this. It's like you have outgrown it. Now it's time to move on. Now it's time for you to, you know, go on to maybe bigger adventures, or bigger things, or bigger projects, or things that are, you know, that are valuable to you. And it's not that this has lost its value, it's just that the physical aspect of it is like you've done everything that you could with what you have at the time, right? But you're still here being mature, I want to say. It's like this is really mature of you, Sagittarius, because it's like you are paying close attention not only to your situation and this place, but also the relationships that were formed in this space, right? Because this is what we're seeing here in the Five of Pentacles. But actually, okay, so this Five of Pentacles is coming with a double meaning, and I'm going to leave it for last, but this is talking about this detachment, right? It's like it's necessary that you know that the memories will be there, but you see yourself apart from it is helpful, and it's even going to be healthy for you, because it's going to keep yourself intact in a sense. Although I know it can be very, very tricky, because I feel like there is this emotional attachment. It's almost like, okay, if it depended only on the physical things, the money, the, you know, the house, the furniture, the clothes, whatever it is, you you could see it straightforward, right? It's like you see naturally how there is nothing else for you to take from this place. It's like it's reached its limit, right? And you have more to accomplish, right? But it's not dependent only on the physical aspects. And so with the Eight of Cups, I keep mixing the Pentacles and the Cups. So the Eight of Cups, especially with the Lovers, and the Lovers, yes, is talking about this attachment and detachment, because what I'm seeing here, it's like there is a push and pull. The more you try to leave, and this is what you're trying to do, right? It's like, even though you are, you know, considering how your presence in this place brings enrichment, right? Because you are a natural, expensive being, right? But one with really important values. It's like your values are incredibly not moral, but it's like what is the word? Well, truthful, right? Based on truth, based on something that you know is good and healthy and valuable for you and stable for you. That was led you to this place in the first moment, right? That's why you ended up here. But with this push and pull, I feel like the more you take your attention from the physical aspects and, you know, turn it into something that is more subtle, that is more not as pragmatic, not as practical. It's almost like there is this it's like there is this okay, so the image that I'm receiving now, Sagittarius, is like you are stuck in the mud, right? This push and pull is making you feel stuck in the mud, right? Because the water is, it's almost like bringing a lot of fog and lack of clarity, I want to say, because if it was just for the physical aspects, it would be so easy to just leave, right? It's like, you know, there are bigger endeavors for you to experiment out there, right? Outside of these boundaries. But whenever you see yourself there, it's like all of these memories come back to you because they are not associated necessarily to the physical things, right? But to the relationships, and maybe one in particular that we're talking about that can be, you know, that is interesting because for Scorpio, they had to take a very bittersweet decision. And I feel like somehow that is also coming in here for you, Sagittarius, but I feel like it's just because maybe the more you try to leave, right, it's like there is this pull that it's like this elastic band, right? It's like the further you try to escape from it, or to leave this place, or to leave this relationship, the more it pulls on you, right? And this is what is being hard on you, I want to say, because maybe the attachment is not about the things. Maybe the attachment is not, you know, you already know that there is nothing else there to for you to harvest, for you to learn, for you to receive any kind of value, right? You have done that. But the emotional attachment is here and is here and is here. So the healthy thing I want to say that is coming with the Five of Pentacles, so the double meaning that I was mentioning, is that, you know, because you see here, the Eight to me is this overlapping of two fives, right? Meaning you and perhaps another that was, you know, cohabitating with you in this place. And this incredible push and pull between you. It's like you clearly know that you have outgrown that place, and it's like this natural movement that you have to leave to explore new things and, you know, new values. But it's hard. And so the message that is you know, encouraging you through this Five of Pentacles is that you can see yourself apart from this relationship, apart from this person. And the decision doesn't have to be always this, you know, I'm certain of what I'm doing, my mind is set on this, but there is this cord, there is this string, right, that is pulling on you, right? And the further you try to go, it just pulls you straight back into the situation. But still, it's like whenever you see yourself back in the situation, is back also to the restriction, to the lack of expansion, to the lack of growth, right? And so seeing yourself apart from it, I want to say, is the healthiest thing, and it's the clear guidance here. That's why you have to be a little bit maybe cold, or maybe you are the one who has to be like the one to go straight to the point, right? To be like very direct and straightforward with this decision. Although I want to say, you know, if depends on this person, it's like this person will always pull you back, right? So it's up to you, I want to say. It's your strength. But I'm going to pull more cards to see where this is going. And also I'm going to pull from the astrological runes as a final guidance for you, Sagittarius. So if you want to join me there, I'll be happy to see you. If not, I'll see you next time. Bye.